Today we're talking about the 5 pros and the 5 cons of living in Utah. Hey everyone, I'm Becca Summers with Seasons Real Estate, and today we're going to talk about the 5 pros and the 5 cons of living in Utah. As a local Utah born and raised, I can give you all this great information. And if you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe so you can find out everything about Utah and real estate. So let's start with the positives. So number 1 pro is we have seasons. So we have spring, winter, summer, fall, and you get to experience each season individually, and you get to do the different fun activities in those seasons. So it's a really fun place to live and lots of stuff going on. The second one is we have a very low crime rate. Overall, Utah is a very safe place to live. I was showing homes to some clients from California a while back, and they were surprised that all the buildings were locked because they have such a homeless population there that are breaking into the buildings that all of their buildings are locked, where here we have very few buildings that are locked. And I'm sure part of our homeless population is lower because it's cold and you really can't survive the winter here, so a lot of them move to different areas or different states. So it's a great place to live. Number 3 is a growing economy. Utah is a very great state when it comes to business growth and development. It always ranks in the top 10 on a bunch of business lists with bringing businesses to Utah, with the employment, with the type of employees, just a great economy overall. Which brings me to number 4, which is Utah has a very diverse economy. So we're not reliant on just one industry to propel and help the economy. We have multiple industries, which makes it very stable for the economy overall because we have those multiple industries where if one gets hit, the others continue to move on, or vice versa, so we don't get hit really hard. There are areas in Utah that are very one job stable, or very used to just one job, like the gas or coal industries, and those areas have been hit pretty hard. So you'll see those areas, the pricing and the affordability is way down because there's not a lot of demand in that area. And number 5 is we have the best outdoor activities in Utah. Utah is kind of America's playground when it comes to getting out and hiking and snowboarding and skiing. We have, the best snow on earth. We hosted the 2002 Olympics because we are so great. So if you are an outdoors person, you will love Utah with everything we have to offer. So now let's jump into the cons. So number 1, as a real estate agent, I think the con is house prices are on the rise. So I like to describe this kind of like the Bay Area effect. Everyone knows in California, the Bay Area is super expensive and the price per square foot you're getting for houses is not that great of a deal. So Utah is kind of like the Bay Area 20 years ago. We have the same similarities when it comes to land. We have huge mountains and we have a lake, so we don't have a ton of buildable acreage left in either Utah or Salt Lake County. So that's causing home prices to continue to rise. And because our economy is doing so well, it's also pushing home values up because the average income is going up. So it's getting less and less affordable to live here because home values are going up and we're attracting a lot of people from out of state. The next con I'm going to talk about, number 2, is the extremes in seasons. Yes, we have 4 seasons, but sometimes it gets really, really cold and sometimes it gets really, really hot. And sometimes it does that all in one day. You'll wake up, you'll have snow in the morning, and then by the evening or afternoon, it'll be blistering hot. So you do have to come prepared to be changing your wardrobe in the middle of the day because it'll be great or hot, and then vice versa. So con number 3 is going to be air pollution. Because we have these huge mountains, it kind of creates a bowl effect where we get fog and smog trapped in the valleys. So in the winter, if you have asthma, it gets a little bit harder to breathe in those particular areas. We do have great areas in Utah just on the other side of the Wasatch Front Mountains that you could live in to avoid that, but it gets a little more pricey over in the Park Cities, Summit County area. Number 4 is taxes. So we have taxes on income, we have taxes on property, we have taxes on buying stuff. The nice thing about our property taxes is they really aren't that high. I have a client coming out from New York and their property taxes are about 4 times as high as our property taxes are here in Utah. So it might feel expensive to us locals here in Utah, but from other areas it's actually pretty affordable. We still have income taxes and sales tax. And then number 5 is lack of nightlife. We aren't ever going to make the top 10 list for somewhere to go, to party, to have a lot of fun. The great news about that though is the airport in Salt Lake is only 1 hour plane ride to Las Vegas, which is probably the funnest place to go when it comes to nightlife. So you'll find a lot of locals flying or driving down to Vegas for just a 6-hour drive to go check out Vegas, have fun, and then come back to Utah. But If you're looking for a fun nightlife scene, Utah is not gonna be the place for that. Thanks for joining us about our 5 pros and 5 cons of living in Utah. If you are thinking about relocating to Utah and want to learn more about specific areas and neighborhoods, watch some of our other videos. We have a video on every city in Utah and Salt Lake County. And if you are looking to buy something and want to know more, reach out. Feel free to call, text, or email, whatever you feel comfortable. We would love to help you out through the process.